Hey, I'm Cam Edwards with another example of media misinformation to tell you about, this time from CBS Sunday Morning, where Charles Osgood brought in a outside voice, Georgetown professor Louis Michael Seidman, to tell us why we should just go ahead and disregard the Constitution. Take a listen.
Constitutional obedience has a pernicious impact on our political culture. Take the recent debate about gun control. None of my friends can believe it, but I happen to be skeptical of most forms of gun control. I understand, though, that's not everyone's view, and I'm eager to talk with people who disagree. But what happens when the issue gets constitutionalized? Then we turn the question over to lawyers, and lawyers do with it what lawyers do. So instead of talking about whether gun control makes sense in our country, we talk about what people thought of it 2 centuries ago. Worse yet, talking about gun control in terms of constitutional obligation needlessly raises the temperature of political discussion. Instead of a question of policy about which reasonable people can disagree, it becomes a test of one's commitment to our foundational document, and so to America itself. This is our country, we live in it, and we have a right to the kind of country we want. We would not allow the French or the United Nations to rule us, and neither should we allow people who died over 2 centuries ago and knew nothing of our country as it exists today. If we are to take back our own country, we have to start making decisions for ourselves and stop deferring to an ancient and outdated document.
By the way, Edmund Burke's ghost on line 1, I'd like to talk to you about the social contract. Look, here's the thing. The Founding Fathers are dead and gone, but the rules that they set down for us, including the guidelines and the structure of our government, are still very much intact. And by the way, Professor, if you think we don't need fealty to the Constitution when it comes to the Second Amendment, those dead guys thought of a way to actually amend the Constitution, which is the correct and proper way to go about changing our foundational documents rather than just throwing them out or applying whiteout to the parts that we don't like anymore. We'll be back with another example of media misinformation for you as long as the First Amendment is still around. In the meantime, stick around and be sure to check out NRAnews.com for the latest Second Amendment news and information each and every weekday.